Hey guys, happy Tuesday. I think this is gonna go up on, oops. I wanted to film a video for you guys today, sharing with you what I consider to be my top 4 retinol products on the market. I'm gonna tell you why they're good, what they're helpful for, and how to use them. So retinol is kind of an umbrella term for topical vitamin A. Topical vitamin A includes retinoic acid, which you can get by prescription as tretinoin. And it's been around for decades and decades. And in the 80s, we discovered that it has an anti-aging benefit and that it boosts up collagen production in the skin, improving the appearance of wrinkles and fine lines. It also removes sun-damaged skin cells, and it can remove pre-skin cancer cells as well. So it has a lot of benefits. It does require a prescription, and while it is an effective medication, in the beginning it can be very, very irritating. A lot of people cannot tolerate that, and they end up bailing on topical retinoic acid, aka Retin A. So you have a few other alternatives out there. The number one that I often recommend to you guys, I have many videos on, is going to be adapalene. Now adapalene, aka Differin, used to only be available by prescription. It wasn't until a few years ago when it became available over the counter. Adapalene is a naphthalene derivative of retinoic acid. That sounds really fancy. It's basically a 3rd generation retinoic acid, meaning we've just played around with the pharmacology and the structure of retinoic acid to see how we can get it to be delivered to the skin differently and target different receptors. So that's how we got adapalene. But we haven't had adapalene at our disposal for as many years as we have had tretinoin. So we simply don't have the amount of data on adapalene for anti-aging benefits. And we've been using it mostly, almost entirely, exclusively for acne for many, many years. But we are now beginning to have some small studies that have shown that adapalene, like tretinoin, aka Retin A, is in fact promising and effective as an anti-aging ingredient. Specifically, there are clinical trials showing improvement in actinic keratoses, which are basically those sun-damaged skin cells that I alluded to earlier, and we have data showing that it can improve the appearance of what are called cellular lentigos, or those sunspots. The nice thing about adapalene is that your skin doesn't have to do anything to it to activate it. It's already in its active state so that it can bind to retinoic acid receptors in the skin. So adapalene you can buy as Differin gel. This is by Galderma. Or La Roche-Posay, of course, has adapalene in their Efficacy line. Same drug, just different brands. So I get a lot of questions from you guys. What is a good ingredient for brightening up sunspots, aka cellular lentigos? You may have them on your face, the backs of your hands. Adapalene is going to be an evidence-based ingredient for doing that. Not only that, but for improving the look of wrinkles and fine lines with long-term use. To use adapalene, start using it at nighttime. The way to use it at nighttime is to, at the end of the day, wash your face, get all of your makeup, all the dirt, oil, whatnot off of your face, and then put a moisturizer on. Allow the moisturizer to fully absorb and then apply adapalene. This minimizes the irritation that people can experience with adapalene. If you think about the logistics of a nighttime skincare routine, a lot of people, myself included, do their nighttime skincare routine a few hours even before going to bed. In these cases, go ahead and wait to apply your topical vitamin A until you get into bed, like right before you get into bed. That way the moisturizer has fully absorbed and is fully dry. But if you do shower and do your nighttime routine and then hop right into bed, a lot of people do that as well, then just make sure that the moisturizer is dry, has dried fully, so that you can then apply the vitamin A derivative. You certainly can apply adapalene in the morning. Unlike retinoic acid, adapalene actually is stable in the presence of light, so you don't have to worry about it degrading with light exposure after you put it on. You can also use adapalene on other body sites besides your face. You can put it on your hands, the forearms, if you have especially sunspots that you're trying to improve the appearance of. I find on these body sites, it's a lot less drying. There are fewer issues around irritation, so you don't necessarily need to put moisturizer on first, let it fully dry, then put the adapalene on. I find that it's much less irritating on those body sites, but you certainly can do that if you're finding that it is irritating for you. What about on the neck or the upper chest? These are areas you have to be careful because adapalene, it concentrates in the oily surfaces and there are fewer oil glands on the neck in particular, so it can be a lot more irritating there. So I always tell people to kind of back off on using it on the neck. Some of the other products I'm going to mention in today's video might be better suited for you if you're looking to improve the appearance of photoaging on the neck, the upper chest, and around the eyes as well, because adapalene around the eyes too can be very irritating. Adapalene is much less irritating than retinoic acid. So if you tried retinoic acid, aka tretinoin, and had a miserable experience with it, that doesn't make adapalene out of the realm of possibility. It is much less irritating than retinoic acid, aka tretinoin. That's adapalene. Beyond its benefits for photoaging, it also will obviously improve any existing acne that you have. It also can help in improving hyperpigmentation, either related to photo damage or healing acne, post-acne marks. Adapalene, as well as all of these other ingredients. One thing that I want to clarify to you guys is about the appearance of pores, because people often ask me about this. It will help your pores become smaller with consistent use. However, there are a few caveats and things you need to understand about that moving forward. Pore size is pretty much fixed. It will help make the oil gland a little bit smaller, and so if the oil gland's kind of stretching out your pore, you have a lot of sebum, you have built up dead skin cells in there. Through adapalene clearing that out, it can help shrink it. But it actually can make your pores appear larger, because what it's going to do is remove some of the dead built up stuff on top of the pore that's kind of camouflaging it. And as that's coming off, the pore can appear larger, but in fact, it is not changed in size. For the most part, pore size is something that is fixed and can be very challenging to change. This can help, but you may actually, in using it, end up feeling like your pores are larger. They're not actually larger, they're just more obvious now because all of the dead built up stuff that was covering them is now making them more apparent. It will help improve the oiliness of those pores, and that down the road can certainly help with things like acne. The pore size thing is going to be the same for these other ingredients as well. Okay, the next ingredient is retinaldehyde. This is a topical cosmeceutical vitamin A derivative, so it's not under the FDA monograph for any specific skin disease or condition like retinoic acid and adapalene are. Retinaldehyde, unlike retinoic acid and the naphthalene derivative adapalene, it requires your skin to oxidize the retinaldehyde. This is done by cells in the skin called keratinocytes, and they actually have to be at a particular stage in their development to do this. So not all of the skin cells are going to convert the retinaldehyde once you put it on the skin, but this allows for more slow and controlled delivery of the vitamin A. And retinaldehyde is definitely an evidence-based ingredient for improving wrinkles, fine lines, boosting up collagen production in the deeper layer of the skin, removing hyperpigmentation, improving the appearance of pores, although again with that caveat that it may actually make them more noticeable by removing the dead stuff on top. As far as what you can expect is that one great thing, it's certainly less irritating for sure, partially because your skin takes it up more slowly and deals with it in a slower fashion. So while it's less irritating, it's going to take longer to work, but it definitely will get you to those endpoints that you're seeking of improving wrinkles and fine lines, smoothing out the skin, improving hyperpigmentation. I've mentioned this product in other videos a lot. It's the Am Acad AL 0.1 Intensive Cream. And why I wanted to bring this product up again in today's video is because not only is retinaldehyde, which as I've said is more slow release and so less irritation, but the reason I wanted to call attention to this product again in today's video is because this product actually has been shown to improve the appearance of crow's feet around the eyes. So I always tell you guys, be really careful. You know, vitamin A around the eyes can cause a lot of irritation. So in like my adapalene videos, for example, I'm always hesitant to tell anybody to put it around the eyes, but this in fact can be used around the eyes. It's got that slow uptake factor going for it that makes it much less irritating and easier to tolerate around the eyes. So for those of you looking to improve the appearance of crow's feet around the eyes, this is a good product to consider. There actually is a clinical study and actual people showing this to be effective for that. I'll list it down below for you guys. So that's why I have a lot of confidence in this product, and I think it's a great choice if you're looking to improve crow's feet. And also you could consider using it for wrinkles around the mouth too. That is another area where you can run into a lot of irritation, and so this is a good one. And it also can be used to rejuvenate the neck. How do you use this product? I would recommend using it in your nighttime skincare routine. Now, unlike adapalene or your prescription retinoic acid, this product you might find works very well for you as your nighttime moisturizer. It doesn't require you to think too much about whether or not you want to put your moisturizer on first and then put on your vitamin A or anything like that. It's already a nice moisturizer. So you can basically put it on at night before you go to bed as your nighttime moisturizer to your face and neck. Just make sure that your face is clean, you've washed your face before you put this on, and it can be your nighttime moisturizer. It is expensive, so you may instead want to use another moisturizer and just kind of use this in spot focused areas that you're seeking to improve the appearance of, like wrinkles, fine lines, and hyperpigmentation, for example. So if you really only want to use this to try and remedy wrinkles around the eyes, then go ahead and use a regular moisturizer, allow it to dry fully, and then apply this on top once the moisturizer has dried. You know, you certainly can do this. This can be used not only around the eyes, but also on the neck and the chest if you're seeking to improve the appearance of wrinkles in those areas. And I will say this, when it comes to using a product like this, introduce it into your routine very slowly to minimize the risk of irritation. And by slowly, I mean try using it once a week, even for the first week or so, then bumping it up to twice a week, and then, you know, every other night. Go really slowly. You don't have to necessarily use these ingredients every single day to derive benefit from them. So we know that using it as little as 1 to 2 nights a week gets you those results just a little bit more slowly, but with a lot less irritation. So it's always better to err on the side of caution and start really, really, really slowly rather than jumping in and trying to use that every single day. I've covered a naphthalene derivative of retinoic acid, which is already active, good to go, and that's different, or adapalene. Then the next in line is retinaldehyde. Your skin just has to do one thing to it, so it's a lot slower to work, but with less irritation. And the next ingredient in line is retinol. Now retinol, your skin has to perform 2 steps on it, and some of the skin cells have to be in a certain differentiation state. As was the case with retinaldehyde, retinol is going to take longer to start working as opposed to retinoic acid, aka tretinoin. But retinols, there is good evidence showing that long-term consistent use of retinol gets those results of improvement of wrinkles and fine lines, boosting up collagen production in the deeper layers of the skin, removing sun-damaged skin cells, and also can be helpful for acne, oiliness, and pores, although again, with the caveat that it might make your pores more noticeable. However, not all retinols are created equal, you guys. I am really, really, really picky with what retinols I feel comfortable recommending to people, because retinol, it's not an FDA approved ingredient for anything. It's a cosmetic. So manufacturers can just put retinol in their products, say they have a retinol cream, but they're not required to demonstrate efficacy, bioavailability, uptake, and things like that. So I am really picky about what retinols I recommend, because I've seen studies looking at different retinols over the counter, and some are just aren't cutting it as far as bioactivity. Some are just not, like the manufacturer, they don't have any, there's no regulatory body requiring them to demonstrate stability or anything like that. So there is a lot of variability out there, you guys. So I tend to go with the bigger companies like Johnson & Johnson, L'Oreal, Allergan, and whatnot. But Johnson & Johnson and L'Oreal, they have retinols that you can buy in the drugstore that are not cost prohibitive. And they're good. Those are brands that have a long-standing track record in R&D for retinols. Let's talk about the CeraVe Resurfacing Retinol Serum. This is a great choice for not only those of you seeking to improve wrinkles and fine lines, but I want to call attention to this product for people who have a lot of post-acne discoloration or post-acne redness. The reason for this is that not only does this product have retinol, it has niacinamide as well as licorice root extract. Those are two ingredients that are anti-inflammatory and have been shown to improve hyperpigmentation, particularly in combination with retinol. It helps in how pigment is transferred around, and it can help calm down the inflammation in the skin that drives hyperpigmentation. So I love this product for people whose acne heals with a dark mark, but it's also a great one to consider if your acne heals with redness. A lot of people have a lot of persistent erythema, aka redness, especially after they've gone through a course of Accutane, and they want to use something that's going to improve that. This is a good product to consider. It's not as irritating as prescription retinoic acid. And after you've gone through a course of Accutane, maybe your acne is pretty well controlled. This type of product actually can be very helpful. Not only in kind of giving you an additional veil of acne control, but I mean, it has ingredients that are seriously going to go to work at improving some of that redness. So I really like it in those situations. Another group that this is one that you might want to consider, although be very cautious, is people who have redness and sensitive skin, possibly even rosacea. You know, it's not a rule that people with sensitive skin and rosacea cannot use retinol. That's not true. As a matter of fact, a lot of people with rosacea end up doing well with topical vitamin A. And in the long run, it actually can improve the rosacea. It's merely a matter of getting over the hurdle of the retinization process, aka that period of time where you have a lot of dryness and irritation and peeling. So retinol is something that people with sensitive skin can entertain introducing into their skincare routine to derive the benefits of using vitamin A. So this is a product that for people with rosacea, they might find it actually beneficial in that not only is a retinol and a slow release formulation, so it's not going to dump all the retinol in at one time into your skin, which can cause a lot of irritation. It's kind of a gradual, slow release, but it also has ingredients that are helpful for rosacea on their own, the niacinamide and the licorice root. Both of those can calm down redness and inflammation a lot. And so this is something that for people with rosacea, they actually, you know, potentially can consider using. If you have rosacea, be very conservative with how you introduce this. Consider using it only one night a week, see how you tolerate it, and then building up gradually. If you can get over the hurdle and not have issues with irritation flaring your rosacea, you might find that long-term use of this product actually helps your rosacea. So I want to bring attention to it for those people in particular. I think it's a good one to consider because of those reasons. And CeraVe, you know, they came out with this product after they merged with L'Oreal. L'Oreal has a long-standing track record of cosmeceutical or research and development. Their retinols are fantastic. And you know, L'Oreal, they're going to be the manufacturers of a lot of your more expensive medical grade retinols. It's most likely the same retinol technology, the same level of research and development. What I like about these retinols too is that these companies like L'Oreal and Johnson & Johnson, they actually take these into the clinic and perform studies with dermatologists on real dermatology patients showing efficacy. They also do diligence by their retinols in terms of the studies that they do on cell models and skin cell models, as well as in people, looking at the molecular markers of retinoic acid activity. Specifically, there is a a marker called crepey, which stands for cytosolic retinoic acid binding protein. This is something that is a surrogate marker of retinoic acid. Remember, retinol, your skin has to convert it to retinoic acid. And the thing is, companies don't have to show that their retinol is effectively converted to retinoic acid. So retinol, it has to be stabilized. There are a lot of hurdles around that. How to use this? Again, introduce it into your nighttime routine very, very slowly. This is a product that is not as moisturizing as you might need to get over the initial dryness and irritation that you might experience with it. So I do recommend applying a moisturizer first and then applying this after the moisturizer has fully dried. I do recommend using it at nighttime before you go to bed. Arguably one of the best is the Neutrogena Rapid Wrinkle Repair Regenerating Cream. It's a long name. This is fragrance free. They have one with fragrance in it. I'm recommending the fragrance free one. Neutrogena is owned by Johnson & Johnson. They have over 20 years of research into retinols. They have over 20 patents, retinol patents, and they've done many, many, many clinical studies on actual dermatology patients using their retinols. And this product is amazing. It's super moisturizing. It can be used as a nighttime moisturizer to the face, around the eyes, just to make sure you don't get it in the eyes, and around the mouth, as well as the neck and the backs of the hands and the forearms. The SA in this stands for sustained action, and basically it is a delivery system that allows for the slow release of that retinol to minimize irritation. Unlike the CeraVe product and some of these others that I mentioned, I will say that the Neutrogena product does sting when you apply it. It even tells you it's going to do that on the label. Now, I hate it when people make this blanket statement that in order for a product to work, it must be stinging, and that tells you that it's working. But with this product, you certainly can expect to have a little bit of a tingling sensation and a slight warmth, but that goes away right away. It can be used, again, on the face, the neck, the forearms, the hands, and I find that this product works very well if you use it at nighttime, cleanse the skin, and rinse off the cleanser, and apply it while your skin is just a little bit damp, just as I always recommend you guys do with moisturizer. Again, you will feel that tingling, warm sensation, but the slow release, sustained action of this retinol, it's not going to cause the kind of irritancy that you might expect. Say if you put adapalene onto damp skin, that's going to be very irritating. But this, it's going to get into your skin in kind of a controlled fashion, so you don't have to worry about that as much. And the vehicle is very moisturizing. I know a lot of people will be worried about the fact that this is in a jar, but rest assured, it is very stable in the jar packaging. Obviously, don't leave the jar with the lid off, on your countertop. That would not be good, but the retinol is stable in this jar packaging, and that's not something that you have to worry about with this product. There was a study using this product in actual dermatology patients in a clinical setting showing that they looked out to a year, actually, showing that patients continued to have ongoing improvement, not only in wrinkles and fine lines, but also in hyperpigmentation. This product duels as a moisturizer and as an anti-aging powerhouse, and is particularly well suited for people who have sensitive skin and did not tolerate retinoic acid. And the vehicle is, like I said, super moisturizing. So that's an advantage, in my opinion, of this over different adapalene gel, is that it's kind of a single product that meets both needs of having a moisturizer and delivering the retinol effectively. So that's why I like it. This product has myrtus leaf extract in it, and what's interesting about that particular extract, you guys know I am always like leery about a lot of plant extracts, but myrtus leaf extract actually has been shown to help in the uptake of retinol and the activity of the retinol. And so it's a good ingredient, and it's kind of part of part of their patented technology is to have that in there. What I like about it is that of all of these products that I mentioned, well, with the exception of the Avène product actually, but more so with Neutrogena, is just the formula is really ideally suited for being a good moisturizer, but also I know confidently, because I've seen the data, that the retinol actually is delivered to the skin effectively. And the formulation is very conscientious in that it really addresses the needs of the consumer to have effective delivery of the retinol with minimal irritation. So in summary, adapalene is going to be the most active, but of these is the one that's going to be more likely to cause irritation. Adapalene is very well suited for addressing acne, as well as issues related to acne like hyperpigmentation and oiliness. It is going to be more drying and irritating, however, and not everyone will tolerate it well. As far as anti-aging benefit, we have some data with it, but given that it's in its active state, your skin doesn't have to do anything to it. And we do have now a growing body of evidence showing that it is in fact helpful for improving the look of photo-aged skin. It's definitely worth considering. I think the data for adapalene is strongest as far as anti-aging in terms of its ability to improve sunspots. So I would say it's a good one for not only acne, but for people who are interested in improving sunspots like on the backs of the hands or the forearms or the face. The Avène product is retinaldehyde, so your skin just has to do one thing to it, and so it's a more slow release delivery, less irritation. And it's a product that you could consider pursuing to improve the look of crow's feet, wrinkles around the mouth, as well as rejuvenate the neck, more so than adapalene, which could cause too much irritation in those areas. Next in line is your retinols. Your skin has to do two things to them, but we have a lot of evidence that they can be helpful for acne, as well as a lot of evidence that they are in fact helpful for improving the look of photo-damaged skin through the induction and production of collagen, improving wrinkles and fine lines, removing hyperpigmentation, etc. And in the category of retinols, I think that the CeraVe Resurfacing Retinol is an amazing product for people who have acne that heals with hyperpigmentation and or redness. I think it's a great product for people in their 20s and 30s who are still, especially who are still coping with acne. Maybe they have sensitive skin, maybe they call themselves combination skin, but they also want some anti-aging aspect to their skincare routine beyond sun protection, which, you guys, is the most important thing. I think this product, it really packs a lot, and by a lot I mean actually few ingredients, but the ingredients are strong, and so that's a good one. And then lastly, the Neutrogena Rapid Wrinkle Repair Regenerating Cream, fragrance free. 20 years of R&D behind that. Very, very, very good moisturizing anti-wrinkle cream for rejuvenating the look of photo-aged skin. So I hope this video was helpful to you guys in kind of breaking down these different vitamin A products that I like and recommend, and kind of the nuances of who they might be helpful for. But comment below, and if you would like a video on kind of the top retinol myths, because there are several myths out there, I'd be happy to do that for you guys. But if you like this video, give it a thumbs up, share it with your friends, and as always, don't forget, sunscreen and subscribe. I'll talk to you guys tomorrow. Bye.